Let's get started. We're in the water balance. And for the integrative physiology, the concept is your body have more than one systems. And when something happens, something wrong goes wrong in your body, what happens is you will recruit more than one system. You will recruit every system possible it can help to help. And that's how your body works. So it turns out it's less likely you only have one system, only do one thing. And when dehydration happens, okay, and your body will increase your water reabsorption and also behavior work as well. So that's how your body works. It will recruit everything possible to work together to fix the problem. And that's what makes this chapter difficult, because you need to consider every possible mechanism got involved to fix the problem. And that's why we put it in this last chapter, so integrative physiology. And we will mainly talk about three systems: respiratory, the renal system, and the third one is the behavior. The behavior play a role as well. So this is how your body works. This is one example. When your blood volume decrease, and which causes the blood pressure to decrease, and you know to maintain a blood pressure is critical. So what happens is you will trigger the baroreceptor reflex. You are very familiar with this part, your baroreceptor reflex in your aorta and carotid artery. This baroreceptor will send signal to your CVCC in your brain, and your CVCC will do something. The first one is, you learn this in Unit 2, you will trigger the cardiovascular system of sympathetic, will increase your cardio output. It will cause the vasoconstriction, increase the cardio output. All of them try to increase your blood pressure. That's the baroreflex loop you learn in Unit 2. But also when your blood pressure drop due to low blood volume, that's when you are dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, your brain will tell you you are very thirsty, and it will ask your behavior change. You are looking for water, and behavior play a big role in this part, because if you can find water, you drink water, and suddenly you fix all the problem. Your blood volume fixed, your blood pressure fixed. So that's why some scientists believe that's why we need to have consciousness, because it's much easier to give you a consciousness, and when you feel hungry, you will eat. When you feel thirsty, you will drink water. You will take care of your body instead of creating every feedback loop to maintain everything. The third thing happens in your renal system. When you are dehydrated, if you keep turning the water into the urine, you're losing water. So what happens in the kidney is it will conserve water. So when you're dehydrated, your pee is very concentrated. In the extreme case, you have no pee. So that's how your body all work together, try to fix the problem. And that's the very standardized question you are facing in integrative physiology. You have to consider every possible pathway, and they can fix the problem. And that's why we put this in the last chapter, after you are familiar with every system. If you like the surviving show, the bear, if you like him, you found while he will eat bug, he will eat snake, all this stuff, and try to make fire, and all he did is try to maintain homeostasis, because your body temperature need to be maintained, your osmolarity need to be maintained, your blood sugar level need to be maintained. So how do you try to survive? Well, is your body need to maintain homeostasis. And don't trust this kind of show too much, and because he definitely have helper. So he show you he ate bugs, he ate snake, crocodile. Actually, when he was free, that's what he eat. So don't trust this kind of show too much. It's a show. And if you are interested, you can Google in the YouTube. You found a lot of criticized video about the bear grills. Okay, so we divide this chapter into 3 different topics. We'll talk about the water balance, the salt balance, and the third one, the pH balance. So today we'll start with the water balance. So the water balance, basic concept, your input equal to output. So let's look at output. You're going to lose this water every day. You lose water by sweating. You lose water by breathing. You could not stop these 2 parts. So you exhale CO2 out. You also exhale water out. And you pee. The volume of urine change based on your body situation, but on average you pee about 1.5 liter of water out. And there's some water in your feces. So altogether, your output is 2.5 liter a day, which means you need to have 2.5 liter of water in to balance this output. And how do you get this water? Some of them come from the metabolism. So your body is a chemistry fab. You digest the food, and the chemical response will produce some water. And the other, you have to take them. So you have about 0.3 liter from those chemical process. The other 2.2 liter, you have to drink the water. And you don't have to drink 2.2 liter of water because this 2.2 including the food, and most food you eat have water. So your doctor suggests you every day you drink about 1.8 liter of water, and that's based on this. And this picture shows you basically the same concept. So your body water, that's your body water. And about 20% of them will be filtered to your kidney, goes through the GFR, and this is very constant. And you change the volume of the water a little bit. You can drink more water, you can drink less water. And if this keep dropping, eventually it will affect GFR. So in most situations, your GFR is well maintained as long as your blood pressure is between 80 to 180 millimeter mercury. That's your body volume is in a normal range. The GFR can be maintained. And the GFR filter your blood, and you have the clean blood back, and a small volume is secreted. So your goal is make sure your body volume stay in this healthy range, not too little. You don't want to completely shut down the glomerular filtration, but you don't want to have too much to damage this. And the kidney, the best way you can do is completely shut down this. You could not restore. So you have to drink water. So the kidney can only do that much. In some extreme case, people got lost in the desert for 3 days. It turned out they have very little pee, and eventually they have no pee. And that's all the kidney can do. But you still need to drink water. You still need to find water to replace this. So there's no other way to replace lost water, but we replace drinking water. You have to drink water. And in the kidney, let's look at the kidney. That's the nephron. So that's the functional unit. We spend a lot of time talking about the nephron's function. So the blood flow in, we call it lumen. In the beginning part, the concentration of the lumen is very similar to the blood, which is about 300 milliOSM. It will go through the proximal tubule, descending loop. Now it go to the loop of Henle. Today we'll talk about the loop of Henle. That's the main place for reabsorption to happen. In the whole tube, reabsorption will happen, but a lot of them happen here. In the descending loop part, is mainly reabsorption of water. So when the lumen keep going down, and the outside environment of the kidney, when the loop gradually go more and more deeper and deeper into the medulla part, the outside environment osmolarity start to increase. And the water always feel like it's their job to do to dilute the solute. So when they start going down, what happens is water will flow out. So water will flow out to go to the dilute. So the descending loop, there's a big place for water reabsorption. And when we go to the ascending loop, we'll talk more detail of how the molecular level, molecular mechanism to make this happen. Ascending loop, that's the part to take the ions back. So they will take the ions back, and eventually the inside become very, very diluted, about 100 milliosem. Now we go to the distal tube and collecting duct. So this area is regulated. In the nephron, only the 80% of them is regulated based on your body need. And they are able to decide they want to take more or less water, as many water back. So the osmolarity of your urine, once it reach here, we call the urine, is really based on your body situation. So they can take more or less water back. Excuse me. And your urine concentration can vary from very diluted to very concentrated situation. So that's in the distal tubule part. Let's take a short break.